Debt has always been accumulated from multilateral development institutions and the Paris Club, and but now we have more of the debt composition now from private creditors and also from the from China.
What is kind of good is that China is joining the other countries in G20 Paris Club Common Framework Initiative as for the private creditors. So it seems that they will find common ground on those reschedulings too.
And this, of course, there was debt forgiveness, but after the debt forgiveness, countries have started borrowing again, and now debt has risen from 20% to about 60% between 2005 and 2021, which is quite high. With the mounting cost of servicing the debt, development projects such as schools, roads, and projects that will help the country to achieve its sustainable development goal are being crowded out.
It's a high proportion of natural resource-rich countries that are debt distressed. And they borrowed a lot of money when times were good. Commodity prices was high, economic growth was high, there was talk about Africa rising. Unfortunately, the economy turned around, commodity prices declined, and that complicated was even further when the global economy turned around after the pandemic. The lesson that resource-rich in particular need to learn is that when times is good, you need to save some of the money and which you use when bad times comes. It's more of a mix of creditors, and that will complicate the process when you want to restructure the debt for a country, because then all partners have to agree on a strategy.
And private creditors are perhaps also less willing to forgive loans.
Yeah, private creditors has bought a government bond and have been promised a coupon rate on that bond. So they don't like to get less than they were promised. So that also complicates how donors should deal with this, because should they restructure debt by subsidizing private investors? Maybe not. Or even subsidize China's high exposure of African debt? Maybe not.
So what's the answer?
Well, the answer is that probably all different holders of debt have to come to an agreement, and that is what's currently is being discussed under the G20 initiative.